So several months ago, actually, me and my wife, Kham, was up at Mae Simmons. And it was actually, oh, you know what? It's coming back to me now. It was in April because we had just did our anniversary, man. We went out to the Cotton Court, I think it's called, that hotel downtown. And we stayed up there and chilled for our anniversary, man. Had some dinner. Went over to the Shaboya. What is it called? The Shaboya Scratch Kitchen? No, it's not Shaboya, but it's over there in the Hilton. In the Hilton Hotel over there on Avenue Q. They got a kitchen in there. It's a bar and grill in there, man. And they have live music every Wednesday. And I think Friday. I think because this might have been a Wednesday. But anyway, we was over there enjoying ourselves. And that next morning, we went to Mae Simmons. And they was having their senior breakfast that morning. And we talked to a very interesting mother and daughter team, the Mrs. Howard's Square, you know what I'm saying? Mary Margaret Howard and Mrs. Christine Howard, her mother. And man, Mrs. Howard, the mother, kind of was talking about some very interesting stuff. And she basically talked about how the tornado that happened in Lubbock, it kind of mixed the city up a little bit in more ways than one, not just the obvious ways, but it actually kind of forced.
Say no pun intended.
Right, exactly. It's almost like a twister went through, you know what I'm saying? It basically kind of forced people to break out of the patterns of segregation that they were living in and kind of mix a little bit more. But it also kind of precipitated what some people call white flight or whatever, flight, you know what I'm saying? So y'all peep this interview out, and keep in mind we was in a busy community center, so we cleaned the audio up as best we can. But this was real live cinema verite or something, you know, man on the street, woman in the center, I guess.
I had this cows and things down there. Well, drug school up there. None of that was all these houses. They weren't over there.
So somebody owned land at the lake and they had cows there.
Yeah, I don't know what the man's name was, but yeah, he had cows. But like right now where we sitting, all this was barn sitting up there, right up there. Yeah, he had cows over here. All this, and that was just a little stream. The lake was just a little stream running from McKenzie Park.
Wow.
Now look at it.
Yeah.
Big lake. And then the people out there in Yellow House Canyon, they started selling property out there. People started buying out there. Okay, over where Dunbar is now. They started buying that. And so all this wasn't nothing. Back in the like in the 50s. So that's when it really got started, the building over in this area.
Right. And so back in them days, was it majority white or was it was all black over here? But
all black.
Because it seemed like at one point, didn't white people move in?
Well, see, the white man was the one who had this man, cows and stuff. But yeah, I can't think of what year they started immigrating. Maybe 60. In the 60s when Kennedy was in. Yeah, so I think that's about the year it was.
Yeah. I know my grandma used to stay back over here on First Place.
First?
Yeah.
Back up here.
Or which way we at?
Yeah, it would have been.
Back over here on First Place and Parkway.
Yeah.
And she said, I think she said a white lady owned that house and then they bought it.
Well, they did. Most from 19th going that way, yes, they did. But when the tornado came, that started mixing. And so that's when they really started mixing. But the people had done started buying these houses over here before that, because Clark, a man was Clark, I don't know his first name now. He had that out there in Yellow House Canyon, and he started selling land. That's how they started buying these places over here and building houses. But yeah, over across 19th going that way, it was. And then it was just all black from this area over in here, in this little spot. Then just went from there.
Yeah. Interesting. I also found out, I think from what I understand, Estacado used to be a white school.
It was. And that was back in the, I believe, the 60s. All that started back about them time of years. Because see, you take right past Broadway here, 19th, all that section in there, those were white. You know where the nursing home and all of that is? From so from 19th going that way, they were. They were all white. But the tornado came and that started mixing them over in there.
Interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, it did.
All right, so yeah, as y'all heard, man, you heard it from the lady's mouth herself. She explained how that tornado really forced or rearranged some of the living patterns, and the well, people used to live on certain sides of town, and now after that tornado, man, they couldn't. And it almost kind of sounded like the hand of God was kind of in that a little bit, is what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying?
What y'all gonna do with that?
Yeah, he say,
do
tornado. Now what you gonna do? Where you gonna stay at now? What was the most salient point that stuck out to you when she was talking, man?
The fact that on top of Mae Simmons was a barn, and that the lake was actually a stream with horses and cows and stuff down there, man. Like, that's not in our era to even visualize Mae Simmons not being a lake,
right? And
the center not being up there. I'm just saying, like, me thinking back, I can't even remember not ever seeing Mae Simmons the way it is right now. And just to think, like, people can look at that and be like, I remember when that was just a little trickle of water right there. Yeah. Now there's people out there fishing in it. You know what I mean? So
that is a trip, man. And it's what amazes me too is how she was talking about Estacado used to be a white school. It was a
my
wealthy
mama
school.
told me that.
And it was because if you think about it, it's kind of close to the Lubbock Country Club. I guess if you keep on going up MLK and make that left.
It's right there.
So I guess it was a little wealthy white school.
But even Parkway used to be a white neighborhood.
Now this I know, and the reason I know Parkway was a white neighborhood back in the day is my grandma used to stay over on First Place, and she told me that they actually bought that house from a white lady. A white lady previously owned it. So that was doing that. And you see Kham over there shaking his head because, man, we told you Halloween is my favorite season. It's my favorite holiday, and the fall is my favorite season. So I'm gonna get into the mood a little bit, man. I got a little ghost story. I ain't gonna get too deep into it because we're gonna talk about it later in October. But in my grandma's house, which used to be owned by a white lady, which she moved out sometime after that tornado, and my grandma and them bought that house. And the whole time growing up, it was always something a little off in that house. And my grandma told me that her daughter, my aunt Sylvia, she out in Cali now, but when she was growing up in that house, she used to wake up at night all the time and come in there crying and say, "Mama, that white lady kissed me again." So basically, somebody was waking her up out of her sleep and giving her a light little kiss on the lips and waking her up, and she would go tell her mama. And I guess it happened so much that grandma said, she's like, "All right, girl, whatever, go back to sleep." And I'm gonna cut my story right there because I want y'all to stay tuned during October because we're gonna get into some stuff that happened in that house. But Kham, he got another little tale, man. Tell us about your experience over there.
Okay, because at that time I was in high school when you and Mike. Mike is shout out to Mad Mike. That's my other older brother, and Mike was standing there and you were gone. I don't know where you were at, but Mike was there that night, and the young lady I was dating, which is my wife now, her grandmother stayed 2 blocks over.
Okay.
So I came over there to go visit her. So, man, it's probably about 10:30, 11 at night. I jump in the shower, and before I get in there, Mike is in the bed. He's not asleep yet, but he's in the bed, and he's telling me, "When you leave, make sure you lock the door." Same old run down, little brother. Don't just leave me up in here sleep with the door open type stuff. Right. So I'm like, cool. So I go in the bathroom, taking a shower, and while I'm in there showering, like, it's a beat, boom, 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 boom. I don't know if it's on the wall or the door, right? Boom, boom, boom. So I'm thinking Mike need to use the bathroom. So I'm like, "Bro, come on in. If the door's open, like, just don't pull the shower curtain back, try to peek at me and say, but come on, use the bathroom if you need to." No, nothing. still showering, and this happened like 3 times. And the third time it happened was after after I'm done showering, I'm drying off. So I'm more than halfway done dry myself off. So I wrapped the towel around me. I opened the door. I think bro out there. He ain't out there. So I'm like, dang, bro, if you need to use it. I'm walking down the hallway saying this because, you come out that bathroom, you go down the hallway, you turn left, and he was in that room right there.
Yeah.
So that's what that way I'm talking like, man, bro, you come knocking on the door. I told you if you need to come in, come in. I go in there, flip the light on. He sleep. I'm talking about calling the hogs, hollering, you know what I'm saying? He sleep. And I'm like, he playing. So I'm like, bro, and I can tell how he wake up and his eyes, one over here, one over there. He sleep. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He sleep for real. So I'm like, man, bro, did you need to go to use the bathroom? And he was like, nah, what you talking about? I was like, you wasn't knocking on the door? He was like, nah, bro. And I was like, bro, somebody was knocking on the door. I was like, is bro here? Talking about you, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, nah, I can't remember where he said you was at. And I'm like, man, like, bro, somebody was knocking on the door. Like, that wasn't my imagination, you know what I'm saying? And then he got up and he was like, man, is there a door closed on that room back there? And I'm like, what room? And he was like, the room down there. And I was like, nah, it was open. He was like, man, the door supposed to be closed. And he said, bro said always keep that door closed or something he was saying you said about that room, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what that got to do with anything? And that's when he got to telling me that the house haunted. That it's a spirit of a lady or something in there, man. And I thought he's playing, but he was matter of factly like, nah, like for real. And he was like, that's why that room, the door usually be closed and this, that, and the third. And I was like, you know what? As I'm gathering my personal effects, you know what I'm saying? I'm out, bro. I ain't never coming over here no more, man. And I literally didn't. And now the house is knocked down, though. But like after that day, I never, ever went back to that house, bro, because I felt, bro, it's like I don't know if you've ever been in the tub and somebody knock on the door. Like it was somebody at that door, you know what I'm saying? And I just especially at that time in my life, young, I wasn't ready to grasp and wrestle with any of that. So I was like, yeah, I'm out and I'm not ever coming back.
Right.
For real.
Well, I tell you what, you talking about you was out. Two things occurred to me later on, and I'll tell y'all about this in October. That house put me to flight. I took off one night like, oh, I'm out. But I was just thinking, we talking about white flight, and they was running from black people. She might have just been leaving because of that ghost. You know
for real, huh? Just straight up.
She was like, yo, we're going to sell this house to the first people that come over here. And my grandma and them just happened to come. My grandma and grandpa just happened to walk up there, man. They was like,
That's
you want it, it's yours.
For real.
Well, anyway, that is our words from the elders.